Training camp in the NHL is one of the hardest things you'll ever go through as a player. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie or a vet. You got to show up ready to go, willing to do whatever it takes, because that's the first impression that coaches, teammates, and management are going to get of you that season. I'm Andrew Alberts, former NHL defenseman, and I want to share with you the 3 areas of focus that I trained in the offseason to make sure I was ready to go for camp.
When people think about NHL training camp, they picture practices and scrimmage, working on systems and a few hard skates to weed out the last few players clinging to an extra roster spot. What most people don't realize is that those first few days of camp are an absolute grind. Physically and mentally, it doesn't matter. If you're a veteran, a rookie, a junior kid trying to get your feet wet, you're being judged the second you walk into that first training camp meeting. Day 1, they hit you with just about everything they got. You got your physicals in the morning, media sessions, then interviews, and then the off-ice testing. And it doesn't get much easier on the second day as the on-ice testing begins. So at the end of the day, all the testing really doesn't mean a thing if you can't perform when the puck drops. At this level, it's simple. Produce, or they'll find somebody who will. For me, preseason was everything. As a veteran guy looking to compete for a roster spot, I had to always show up ready to go, ready and in game shape. That way, nobody could use any test score against me if my play wasn't up to par. That's why I always focused on 3 key areas throughout the summer months when preparing for camp: conditioning and endurance, skill enhancement and progression, and building mental stamina. That means attitude and effort as the backbone of it all. When speaking about conditioning and endurance, you can train all summer long, skating, biking, running, but nothing really prepares you for the grind of camp testing. Now, I can't say I was leading the pack or even pulling up the rear in these sprints. I was a big rig, around 220 pounds, and I felt like I landed right in the middle of my group. My summer routine of high-intensity off-ice workouts and plyometrics, combined with overspeed training on the ice, I had built up my muscle endurance and cardiovascular system for what camp was going to throw at me. I had already pushed myself through the exhaustion and the burn all summer to be ready for the start of the year. These tests are no joke, but as long as you push through them and show you've got some character, you're going to pass the test. The second area of focus was skill enhancement and progression of the skills. This is all about sharpening the skills that set me apart as a player and prove my value, while also putting some extra work into areas where I struggled. That's right, I practiced the skills I was elite at just as much, if not more, than the ones I struggled with. I know I was expected to play hard, play a physical game, and be tough to play against, so to provide real value, I had to thrive in my position. I knew my offensive potential had likely hit its ceiling, but that didn't mean I couldn't bring something else to the table in other areas. I knew if I did things that other players couldn't do or simply wouldn't do, I could use my physical and mental assets to maximize my potential as a player. That means time in the weight room, running on the track, hours of mental visualization, and of course, countless hours on the ice working at my craft. No matter the skill, every part of my game had to keep improving and to be refined if I wanted to stay and play at a high level. The game got faster each and every year, and I had to adapt or be left behind. For any young player trying to earn a spot on a team, ask yourself this one question: what are you willing to do that the guy or girl across from you isn't? If you can answer that question honestly, you're already on your way to great results. The final focus for me was the mental side, and also I think it's the most underrated. Training camp is nerve-wracking, even for a veteran. You got rookies fighting for a job, established guys looking not to lose their spot, and everyone's pushing to impress. I always had my routine set before camp: meals, sleep, recovery, so I could be as prepared as possible for the next day. I was trying to set myself up for success. Training camp at any level will test a player both physically and mentally. Physically, almost any player can get by, grind through a skate, or survive a workout. But not every player has a mental capacity to keep pushing when it gets hard or to stay locked in when the adversity is staring them down. I can honestly say my attitude and effort won me the roster spot more than once. Coaches know which players truly buy in and have the grit and fortitude to keep battling forward. At the end of the day, it's not always about how fast you can skate or how much weight you can throw around the gym. It's about proving you can handle the mental and emotional pressure of the NHL grind day in and day out.
So those were my 3 key areas of focus for every off-season. To review is all about working as hard as I possibly could to be in the best condition as possible. I would train small details to enhance my skill set, and most important, I would get locked in mentally so I was ready for the start of the season. These all sound simple, but at the NHL level, these details make all the difference. My advice to any young players: don't just train hard, you have to train smart. And make sure when the season starts, you're not just in shape, you're in game ready shape. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, drop a comment about how you prepare in the offseason for the start of your next year. And don't forget to subscribe for more hockey insight.